Hi and welcome back to Animal Liberation TV. So it's Friday night. I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Friday night's a good night to have a bit of fun on. I've got a little saying lots of people know me for: Friday night, party night. I'm a party animal, everyone knows that about me. I'm not having much of a party tonight, but I'm going to have the next best thing in terms of making a video. I thought we'd do something different. I'm going to try and make this about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes long or something this episode. I'm going to get out this folder here that I've had a good look through the other day. Needs a lot of sorting, to be honest. But it's nearly all ALF news articles. There's tons of different stuff in there. So what I thought I'd do is, for a bit of fun, I'll just randomly stick my hand in there and see what I pull out, and we'll see what we get. Right. Unless I don't think it's something. Well, for example, this is in German, so I can't read out every random thing I pull out, and some things won't be ALF or whatever. Let's have a look. Next thing. Oh, it's like the lucky dip. This is stapled together. This one. The big issue in the north. Oh, this is about the terrorism bill in 2000, which I helped organise a march against in Manchester. Actually, we had a couple of hundred people came along. I'm not supposed to look. I saw a good one there, but I'm not going to pick out one that I did see. Right. What's this one? This is quite a good one. Okay. Militant animal rights activist celebrates milk tanker attack. And there's a picture of JC, John Curtin. JC, as lots of us call him. John Curtin, livid liberator, with some kind of vaguely arty photo of him looking down, looking serious, in a tree though, near a tree. And then he's got one of the old classic Support the Animal Liberation Front t-shirts. Those, I mean, everyone had one of those in 91. Well, there's a few different versions of that, but everyone had one of those versions in the 90s. For a compassionate man, John Curtin has an intimidating presence. Let's skip to the juicy stuff. Let's miss out the journalism aspects. But yeah, it's the same problem every night, isn't it? Okay. Last week he was quietly celebrating the opening of a new front in the animal rights terror campaign after 29 milk tankers were firebombed at 2 milk mark depots in Cheshire. So, and the rest of it is just sort of basically a lot of uninteresting garbage. Right? Right, there's a bit of paper fell down. Let's not lose stuff. Okay. Put those over there. Lucky dip. Hand goes in again. 29 milk tankers though. That is one seriously massive action. Right, what's this? This is activists held after protest at dog track. That's 1994. I think that was Newcastle actually. The North Sunderland Stadium. Activists held after protest at dog track. And another thing about, oh, this was sent to me when I was in prison, 1994. So I was in prison the whole of 94, as I said in my second Barry memorabilia video. So Max Watson, animal rights detainee. Max Watson, animal rights detainee, and you've got the date there. So not strictly ALF, but interesting stuff. Activism, civil disobedience, which I encourage on this channel. The ALF stuff I don't encourage. I just give you the history of. What's this one? Animal rights activist jailed after bomb hoax. Colin Chatfield. I think I wrote to him in prison, because I think this might have been, this was 94. Yeah, so I wrote to him in prison, I seem to remember. A Barrow animal rights activist has been jailed for 121 days after making a hoax bomb call to the police, saying there was a bomb in Boots and it's going to explode in 10 minutes. 10 minutes ain't much of a warning, is it? Bloody hell. Anyway, they cordoned off the road, it caused a big fuss. Yeah, Colin Chatfield. See, lots and lots of people have been to prison. Probably most of you won't have heard of his name. But, good old Colin. Young man. We all had that haircut back then. Right, okay. Random news item. Okay, what is this? Right. Animal rights protesters and criminal damage, butcher shop windows, 91. Don't know where that is. Examiner, where's that from? Examiner. Oh, this looks a bit juicier. Fanatics today attack the homes of 3 doctors in a protest against animal experiments. Animal torturers, spray painted. Yorkshire somewhere. Phone call was made claiming it to the Yorkshire Evening Post on behalf of the Animal Liberation Front. We will continue to target those involved in vivisection and other forms of cruelty to animals. Windows were etched, slogans were sprayed. Okay. It's a bit screwed up, that one. Doctors, animal libers. Doesn't make much sense, that headline. Animal terror rights group claim attack on meat firm. Hipper Home Meat Company is believed to be part of a new nationwide terror campaign. Where's this? Halifax 91. April 91. Halifax. They caused extensive damage to meat wagons by slashing tyres, pouring superglue into locks and smashing paintwork and windscreens with acid in the attack over the weekend. Tyres are 300 quid for a start. So the owner said it's going to cost a lot. Information: the Animal Liberation Front was stepping up its war on meat producers, drug companies and furriers. Brighouse Sergeant someone or other stated. So that was, that's 91, which I cover in my second podcast, the ALF response to the murder of Mike Hill. And in fact, that whole area of West Yorkshire was partly linked, the West Yorkshire stuff was lumped in with our trial, the conspiracy trial in Manchester that I was part of in the early 90s. And the police operation against us was linked with a police operation against some activists in Huddersfield who went on trial in Leeds Crown Court and actually got off. They didn't get sent to prison, but they were connected to, or allegedly connected to, all those incidents on these meat firms. And in fact, the attacks ended up becoming arson attacks, and loads of meat trucks were burnt all around West Yorkshire, the area. And they tried to suggest it was these friends of ours in Huddersfield. But they got off it, so the police were wrong on that. It wasn't them. Okay. Let's have a look here. Okay, this is when Hillgrove announced its closure. Hillgrove cat breeding farm wanted, it's the front of the Guardian, wanted homes for 800 cats. Front page of the Guardian, huge story and headline. What's the date? August the 14th, 1999. Embattled breeding farm closes. Some of the 800 cats which were bred at Oxfordshire Farm for use in scientific research. Jesus Christ. Awaiting new owners at an RSPCA holding centre. Oh, look at them as well. How could you think about harming them? Look at their little faces. Jesus Christ. Some of us never lost our childhood fascination for animals other than humans. Some of us still regard them with the beauty and fascination that you have as a child naturally, and also that you're brought up with. Animals are in all our storybooks, in all the films, in all the cartoons. You know, animals have been blessed with magical properties by nearly every culture that's ever been on the planet, you know. And here we are in this day and age. Anyway, but we won. We closed Hillgrove down. I mean, when I say we, it's a collective effort of the movement. Whenever I say we, that's what I mean, a collective effort of the whole animal liberation movement. Animal rights campaigners yesterday claimed victory after one of their principal targets, Britain's only breeding farm for cats used in scientific research, was suddenly closed by its beleaguered owner. So many stories relating to Hillgrove Farm, because I think it was a 3-year campaign or something. Anyway, so that's 1999, and in fact, the organisers from that went on to become the organisers of Shack. They went on from that campaign to Shack after having carried out the Consort Beagle Breeders campaign, which ended up with Consort Beagles closing down. And let me remind everyone that Hillgrove Farm and Consort Beagle Breeders were spearheaded during Barry's first hunger strike, mainly, and a little bit also with the second hunger strike. Both of those places, they would have closed down anyway, but they weren't really on the radar, and his hunger strikes coincided with those campaigns, and there was a lot of kind of feeling, so the demos were kind of quite high pitch, you might say. You know, it was the mental times. But Barry's hunger strikes and his actions and whatever he said from prison and stuff, letters and articles and stuff, inspired a lot of people. And the Hillgrove and Consort campaigns that closed those breeders, the dogs and the cat breeders, down, was seriously assisted or helped by Barry. You know, I'm not sure. You know, it's like how would anything have happened? It's all speculation in the past. But without his involvement, it's hard to imagine that they would have closed down in the ways that they did or in the time frame. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. But what I might do is do this another day. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you learnt a couple of new things maybe about the movement. We'll have a look at some more ALF or other related stuff, press cuttings soon. In the meantime, take care.